Thank you, Els. This is the agenda for this afternoon. So we will start by a tool that you should know by now. It's Projects Online. Then I will continue and show you our QuickSearch applications. Then we'll just mention very briefly and talk about the CEN and CENELEC web conference services, what kind of services we offer to you for you to host your CEN meetings. Then my colleague Eric will show you the new expert areas, CEN and CENELEC. And then we will have some time for questions and answers regarding these IT tools. And then my colleagues will continue with the new submission interface and present you the editor's work at CEN and CENELEC. So first of all, it's Projects Online. So Projects Online is a web application that enables the CEN TC officers, but also all the community of CEN and CENELEC experts to access information regarding the CEN and CENELEC technical bodies work program, and also to get access to very detailed information on standardization projects. So to access Projects Online, you have the direct link here, but it is also accessible via the CEN and CENELEC expert area. So I will quickly go live to show you the tool. So when you connect on Projects Online, you jump into this home page when you can use either your My Projects Online section to search for specific items that you put on your favorites. So I will show you later on how to set favorites. Then below you have the simple search, where you can very quickly navigate through CEN or CENELEC technical committee. You can search with by a mandate, or you can search by legislation. Also, on the right side, you have the QuickSearch functionality, where you can search directly with a work item number, or with a standard reference, or the project ID if you have it. And the last section is the complex search, which gives you the possibility to give several criteria to refine your search. So if you need, for example, let's take all the project that will be under inquiry next week. So let's take this week here. So I choose, so at next planned milestone, I choose the stage code for the inquiry, which is the 4020, and the date range. And then I click on Submit Search. And this will give you all the projects that will be under inquiry next week, for example. So this is the kind of search that you can do via the complex search functionality here. So let's take, for example, a work item. So I will select a work item that is under my favorites. So just to set favorites, actually, what you just need to do is to click on the star here, and it will be on your list. So this is the page of work items. So you have some general information on the top, like the responsible technical committee, the drafting body, the status, etc. And then you need to navigate to each tab to find more information about this specific project. So for example, the first one is about the work item milestones. So you have for example, the initial plan here. the milestones that have been realized already. Another tab that could be interesting for you is the ECFTA relations, where you see relations between this specific project and the standardization request under a directive. You have also hyperlinks, so if you click on the hyperlink here, it will redirect you to the page of the mandate, and you will find here all the projects that are linked to that specific mandate here. You have information about consultant assessment as well. So you can have an overview of all the assessments that have been carried out for that project and the result of each reviews, which assessment, sorry. Then you have also the tab work item relations, which gives you an overview of all the relation between that specific project and other CEN and CENELEC standards. So we can see here that this project replaces this one, but has also been replaced by a new edition. Again, you have hyperlinks to go directly to the page of that project. You have also an overview here of all the normative references that are available for that standard, and also where that standard has been cited in. Yes, you have also, for example, a list of release documents for that standard, information about national implementation, so that you can see that this standard has already been implemented by all the CEN members. And if I go to the technical body, I have information about the responsible body, but also the drafting body. And if I click on it, I jump into the page of that technical body. So at the top, again, you can see information about this technical body. You have the secretariat, the secretary, etc. You have the complete work program of that TC. This is an information that you can extract either in Excel or in Word. You can also use, for all the columns here, you can use the filters. Let's take, for example, everything that is active and not published, for example. So you have all the ongoing work for that committee. Another tab that could be interesting for you, it's the tab alerts, where you find all the projects for which an action is required from your side. So if you mouse over an alert, you can see the name of this alert. And if you click on it, you have more explanation on what kind of action is expected from you as TC secretary or TC support team. You have also the list of the technical substructures, so all the working groups, subcommittees under that technical committee. And again, if you click on it, you will fall under the page of that group with a list of all the standards that are under the responsibility of this specific working group. So again, you can add favorites whenever you want. You have work items. You can also add group so that it's easy to find when you connect to, when you are back again on projects online, you can find them here quite easily. And also for the search, for the complex search, I will do again the search I made just before. Let's take all the projects that will be under inquiry next week. you have also the possibility to save your search. And by doing that, it will be also available under My Projects Online. It will be available here, and you just need to select it and then to click on submit search, and it will show you the updated information for that specific search. Okay, I will go back to the presentation just to summarize what I've shown you. So you have either the simple search or the complex search to search for work items or a technical committee. You have access to all data regarding a work item. You just need to navigate through all the tabs available. The same for the technical committees. So you have also hyperlinks that will allow you to jump from one page to another. And you have under the technical committee, you have the tab alerts so that you have an overview of all the actions that are expected from your side. So if you want to access the user guide, you have the button on the top right, the button help. So you have a link to a quick start guide, but also the full user guide of Projects Online. And also, if you have any question regarding technical issues, you can contact us at itsupport@cencenelec.eu. Or if you have data-related questions, issues, you can contact our data service team at CCMC. So this was for Projects Online. I will now talk about the QuickSearch. So QuickSearch is also a web application that allows you to search in an easy way on CEN and CENELEC BT decisions, but also on standardization work or on technical committees. So you have also a link via the CEN experts area. So anybody having access to Projects Online can access this tool, at least for consultation on work items or on technical bodies information. Regarding the consultation of CEN and CENELEC BT decisions, this access is restricted to the CEN BT members and the CENELEC permanent delegates, and also to the CEN and CENELEC TC and subcommittees secretary and chairs. Here again, I will show you the tool. Okay, so it's very easy. You just need to put keywords. And then on the menu on the left, you have the possibility to filter either by body or by decision or by standards. Technical committees or working groups, it's very large. Here it is. So for example, if I filter on decisions, you see that it has there are more filters that appeared. So you can select a specific body if you are looking for CEN BT or CENELEC BT decisions. You can filter by meetings or the status of the decision. You can also filter on the decision date. So what you just need to do is just to click on one decision, and you see that it gives you more information about the decision. So you have the text body, you have the subject, and you have a link to the related BT document. Here it is. So regarding, so you can of course remove. Oh my God. So you can remove the filters. You can press the button reset so that you can start from scratch. And if I click on a standard, so you can see the type here with the icon here. And if I click on a standard, it will redirect you to the corresponding page on projects online. And this is the same for the technical committees, the working groups, etc. Okay, so a few words about our web conferencing service. You have the possibility to ask for a personal free account for Zoom, for the application Zoom. There is no limit in time. You can find all the information on the CEN and CENELEC website, and also a list of the roles that are eligible to receive this kind of access. And to get access, to get a free account for you, what you need to do is to send us an email at itsupport@cencenelec.eu with your name and email address, your organization, if it's CEN or CENELEC, and also the TC you are representing and your role in that TC. And also, please let us know if you have already a Zoom account within your organization or with ISO, etc. Because otherwise we cannot create an additional account for CEN or CENELEC. I put here on the slides more information regarding the Zoom web conferences service. So you have the web page on our CENELEC website. You have also our Zoom web page. You have a quick help and a quick guide for the Zoom meetings, and email address if you have any questions. And now I hand over to my colleague Eric for the experts areas. Merci.
Okay, so I won't take too much time because I think the expert sites are self-explanatory. I will show the CEN expert area. So you can access them from our public website. There are links from the public website. So I will just give you a few highlights. So on the home page, you have the latest news, and you have all the applications and services you may have to use in the framework of your work. So the big squares, you have what we call the level 1 applications, so which are the most commonly used. And then here below more applications, you have the level 2 applications, which are more specific applications. So each time you have an information on the audience, whether it is members, whether it is technical body officers or the experts. And for instance, so you've just seen projects online. So if you click here on learn more, you have more information background. And here you have also a link, direct link to the user's guides. Okay. So voilà. Below the news, there is a possibility to subscribe, so which is quite convenient. You will be notified when there is a news which you are interested in. You just have to type your email, and for instance, for the IT maintenance, that's the type of news we use to inform you when there is a downtime of one of our systems for whatever reason. But there are also other type of, I would say, news included here. Trainings and materials, so that's where you will find all the users' guides. There is also sections, events and training, so that's where you will find all the events, forthcoming events, but also past events. And for the past events, so you have to select it here, you will also find, I have to find one, but all the materials which have been circulated for this particular event. So here you have the presentations, and you have also the recording of the event. Okay. Meeting Center, if you click here, you will be redirected to the page on the public website, where you will find all the information about the Meeting Center and how to book a room and so on. Then you have the key initiatives. So that's where you will find information on, I would say, major key initiatives related to CEN or CENELEC. So in this case, one of them is the digital transformation, so which is covering online standards development, so collaborative authoring mostly, and the smart standards. But now this project is almost over, so we will remove this part, which is the migration of CEN documents from LiveLink to the new Nexeo platform. And then finally, you have a link directly to the CEN boss, where you will find all the, I would say, business rules and best practices that you have to apply. So I think that's a little bit all about the website.
Yeah. There is a summary also in the slides of what have been shown by Eric. So now I'm looking to Nathalie, if we have any time for question and answers. Okay. Why does the alerts only go to the secretary and not also to the secretariat support team? Actually, it's the reason is technical, because we have the details of the secretary in our database, so it's easy to send automatic emails. But this is not the case for the support team. So we have not all support team emails in our database. But yes, indeed, this would be an improvement to have for these alerts. But we would need to have some development here. So second question, would it be possible to show us how to request a delay in the timeline for submission of an initial draft TR? This actually this cannot be done via projects online. You would need to use the working area, so the tool I showed this morning, and you would need to use the function for the section action not requiring a decision, and you need to choose the one change option. Zoom. Sorry?
Yeah, I can take this one. So Zoom is not an accepted tool for my company. Is it possible to use MS Teams? Yes, you can use, but on your own. So as Elisa explained, we are providing the possibility to provide you with a Zoom license. But the thing is that it was negotiated together with ISO, CEN and CENELEC with Zoom, and we have a huge discount for the Zoom licenses, which allows to provide them also to TC secretaries. And for the time, we have some things like 550 license that we have granted. So if we would have to do it with Teams, we would have to pay the full price, and that we cannot afford to do it. So that's the reason we have to stick to Zoom. But that's an option. You don't have to use it as well. It's not mandatory, I would say, but that's a possibility for you.
You have any question? Please go ahead. Just close and
Hi, everyone. I'm here to talk about the submission interface, which is a new web platform that was launched actually last week, which is not the only way of providing your documents to CCMC. For CEN, it's already applicable, and for CENELEC, you still have until the end of February, unless mistaken, that you can still submit documents via emails. But this is highly recommended to already start doing it already now with the submission interface to get a hang of it and being very at ease when the time has come. This is the direct link of the submission interface, which obviously is also reachable, as Eric showed earlier, through the expert area and the applications and services. The login will be done with your ISO CEN or IEC CENELEC login password. So there shouldn't be much trouble with it. And here we are on the landing page. So on the landing page, you will see all the work items, that the projects that are actually available for you to submit within your own TCs. And you can filter those either by the work item. You can select the sorting function or a filter function. The filter function basically is to start with contains, not contain, that kind of thing. And you can also, I think I have it here. Let's see. You can sort it as well with the status. So the status will be first not started, meaning that we are expecting delivery of documents from you. Should you have submitted your document, then it will change automatically to submitted, so that you know directly if we have received those documents or not. And of course, afterwards, once we review at the production side, if we review your document, and we can either choose if it's accepted or rejected, and you do have that notification as well. You do have the status that will be changed instantly as well on the interface. In order to start a submission, to the right side here, you have the selection that you can click, And if it's view, that means already something has already been submitted. Otherwise, it will be start, which will lead us to the different. This is a one-page website so that you know how to manage it and to scroll it. On the top side, you will have the different, the TC, the different information. Sorry, so it's the work item, the reference that's allocated to this project, the technical body, and the submission stage, so that you can always remind yourself what you're looking at on the screen. The first part here, those are the information regarding the directives and consultant information. Does it need an assessment? What kind of assessment is needed? And below we do have the different kind of fields. So meaning that once you open the document, depending on the kind of document that it is, a kind of project, you will be requested several fields that you can submit something onto, meaning that we will always have a revisable format, which will be your Word document, graphic files. If there are any files within your document, it will be detected and you will be asked to provide them. Should you not have any figures within the documents, the graphic file field will be grayed out and you cannot submit anything on it. Then the PDF format, and then below you will have the different, is it a HIMONA standard? Do I need to provide an Annex Z? Do I need to provide the comments from the inquiry? And so on and so on. So this is really proactive in a sense, I would say, meaning that if it's that kind of document, it will be requested. If we don't need it, it will not be requested anymore. So here we can see that this is what I already said regarding the different stages that you can have. And let's say as well that your submission has been rejected. It will appear here as rejected. And when you click on view, you will arrive to this window here telling you, oh, okay, so you've provided those information, but it was rejected because of this. So you know already what it is. Of course, we will still send you an email saying this has been rejected. Please correct and resubmit your documents, which you can do directly from the submission interface as well. From this page, you have the correct submission just right here. Please.
How long it takes after submission to get the results? Is it okay? Or
the submitted stages will come straight away. So you can see that it's been submitted. It's fine, and usually it takes a few days for us to review. It depends on the season, if we have many documents to go through, but usually it's just a few days. Yeah.
Is there some result that it's accepted or rejected?
If it's accepted, though, we usually don't send an email because, you know, it just continue its course. So you shouldn't be alerted that, oh yeah, it's on the way. But if you have any suspicions that something is a bit delayed whatsoever, you can always go on the interface and you can see if the status has changed or not. But as I said, it's usually, let's say, 2 to 3 days to have it. It depends, of course, if we have many documents coming in, such as is the case right now. So we're not really behind, but we're there. It follows through. And oh, I'm sorry, didn't see. Okay. Could you maybe contact me again? I was probably the one that you had contact with. You can contact me again and just see with screenshots and the documents that you've submitted, just so that we can check on our end. If you want to, yes, sure. And I was gonna say as well, just to give a bit more information, not now, but we do have 2 seminars, the webinars, sorry, that we had last week, one for CEN, one for CENELEC, that we go a bit bit more into depth on how to use it and tips and tricks as well for using the image quality check tool, which is more for CEN for the time being. But yeah, so that you have more details, also directions on where to find guidance, and the different tips and tricks, as I mentioned. And we do have here, so you have here again the direct links to the submission interface and the image quality check. Any feedback, questions, issues, that's to us at the production at CEN-CENELEC.eu. And if nothing works at all, then that will be our colleagues from IT. And the guidance again can be found on CEN and CENELEC expert portal and on the CEN and CENELEC buses.
Then we have two questions.
Yeah, sorry.
First one is more for Eric. Can you just
but
read it loud?
yeah. So can the submission interface be added to the start page with all applications? So it's done. Okay. You see, so that's the first one here on the list. So maybe if you don't see it, maybe it's just a question of cache, clearing your cache on your browser, but it's there.
Why did I lose everything?
How do you know in advance whether the
So we have another question. How do you know in advance whether the document includes figures, referring to the statement that the field is grayed out if there are no figures? I would say that normally you should know if there are figures in the documents. Those are the images that you would include to, in the document as a support or more explanations. But I don't want to take too much time just for this, but you do have the explanation on how to find them back in the webinars and as well in the guidance on the CEN and CENELEC buses. So I don't mind going to details like on this, but more for you, it's best if you have a look first. And I do have also a PDF that's been prepared with actions on step by step on how to find them back.
That was all from our side. So Amy can join us.
Okay.
Oh, I have another one. Voilà. That's for you. I mean, in the portal, login CEN EU portal, can it be added there just like for ISO?
Okay. You mean the ISO portal? Yes. Maybe we have to update it there. Okay. Yeah. Yes, of course.
No.
Can be done. Yeah.
General question. Because I'm in the guide on assistant dogs PC, and actually we have visually impaired people, and just decide that the accessibility of the website, of the portal, not especially this one, the general portal, is really creating issues. And documents as well, when they're produced for screen readers, it's very complex. So we've had, we've said to different national agencies, but I just wanted to make a point to say it today as well, because accessibility issues are a real topic in the digital sector.
Okay, so we when we designed the website, we tried to be compliant. I don't know with which level 1 or 2, to a certain extent, yes. But maybe yes, there are certain limitations with that.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Amy Jane Conley. I'm an editor here in CCMC. And today I'm going to be introducing the editors to you, talking a little bit about our work here in CEN and CENELEC, what you can expect from us, what we expect from you, and that kind of thing. So hopefully I can keep it nice and short and it won't turn over. There we go. So we're currently 8 editors in-house. So these are the names that you can expect to see usually by email, but you can also find our details on projects online, as you saw earlier. And what do we do? Short answer, we edit your text. If only it were that simple. Long, non-exhaustive answer, so this is just a few of the key things that we do. We edit your text in line with the Internal Regulations Part 3 or IR3. We progress the text along the production line with the liaison point between TC secretaries, drafters, translators, members, and all in between. We provide editorial support during the drafting process as well, and we create XML files. So there's 2 things that are important on this slide that are highlighted green, and that's the Internal Regulations Part 3 and XML. And I'll be covering those soon. So communication expectations, what you can expect from the editors. Generally, we'll only contact you if or when there's an issue with your text. So if there's any problem that we need something from you for, we'll contact you. If there are any outstanding actions for you to take, so if we need something from you in order to progress the text, we'll let you know. And if we make any significant change to the text, so we'll bother you if we remove requirements, if we reorder things, restructure things, but we're not going to bother you if we just add a comma here and there, that kind of thing. What we expect from you is that if you're unsure at any point during the drafting procedure, that you let us know, because we can offer you some drafting guidance. If there's any aspect of the text which requires particular attention, so if there's something special in there that you want us to be aware of, you just need to let us know. And if we ask you to provide anything special, so TC decisions, anything during the proofing procedure, just get back to us. And if you need an extension on any of the deadlines that we give you, just let us know and we can always accommodate you. So the Internal Regulations Part 3, which you can't see. So this is also known as IR3. It is the editing Bible. It is a very long and very dry 90+ page document, and it contains all of the rules found with regards to European standards. It's basically the standard of standards, so it's everything that you need to know with regards to drafting it. The editors know this document by heart. That's our job. We expect that you know the very basic things from it, the most important things. And every single editing resource that we've created is based on this document as well. So that's the Webinars for Standards Drafters series, which I'll talk about in a little bit, the simple templates, and all of the boss content to do with drafting as well. So a note about XML, what is it? 'Cause it's very important. It's a file of code allowing a deliverable to be read across many different devices and platforms. And what that means is it's a higher accessibility for text as well, because people can read it on any device, any platform that they need to, basically. It's also used by our translators. I think it's magic. I don't know how it works. It just does. I know how to create it. And the reason it's so important is because there's an obligation for editors to provide XML for 100% of applicable deliverables. Obviously, there will be exceptions to that rule, but we just ask that you assume that your document will adhere to the rule. It makes our life easier. We will never ask you to create an XML file for us. It's something that we do here in CCMC, but we just ask that you do a tiny little bit of styling to help us out. It's nothing too scary, so don't worry too much. Which leads me on to the resources that we have available for you. So we have CEN and CENELEC simple templates. We've got quick start guides to supplement them. Webinars for Standards Drafters series. It is from 2020, but it is still applicable today. We've checked everything in there. We have new CEN and CENELEC drafting guidance boss sites as well. And obviously your editors. So what are each of these? First things first, the simple templates. This should be your first port of call when you start drafting. It's obligatory that you use it, otherwise your draft is more likely to be rejected by the submission interface. It's obligatory downloadable Word document with the plug and play mentality. So you just download, copy and paste, or type straight into it. It contains all of the styling for XML that you could possibly need, and it is based entirely on IR3 with all of the correct layout of all of the elements that you could need. So you just delete what you don't need basically and fill out what you do. There are different templates for CEN and CENELEC. You've got the links in the presentation, so it's nice and simple for you. And coming soon for CEN only, we do have an amendment template as well in the works. So to supplement the simple templates, we have some quick start guides. So this is everything on how to use the templates in a single downloadable PDF file, including but not limited to the styling and how to style, word tips and tricks that the editors use every day, and some common issues that you might meet with the template and how to fix them as well. Then we have webinars and boss content. So for the webinars, as I've said, there's a whole series on for standards drafters from 2020. We do update these as the rules change. For the moment, they are still relevant. And they cover every aspect of drafting in depth with examples and demonstrations. So we go into each element that you could meet, that you might need, and we talk to you about how to do it, why you need to do it as well, what the rules are, that kind of thing. And there is also a live use of the simple template as well. So if you want somebody to take you through step by step on how to use the template from downloading it right the way through to being finished, that's there for you as well. And then the CEN and CENELEC boss pages, these just cover drafting guidance on the main drafting principles, guidance on submitting your deliverable to us as well with links to the submission interface. And there's also some comprehensive FAQs. So before you get started, check those out for sure. You then also have the editors at your disposal, so we can offer direct drafting guidance for you. We can tailor it to meet your needs as well. We can be present in your drafting meetings if that's something you're interested in. We can also offer email assistance or phone assistance as you need it. And it's worth noting any dialogue that you have with an editor before you submit, chances are that editor will handle the official editing as well. So you just need to let us know in the submission interface who you spoke to. Saves a bit of time then trying to read through email strings and whatnot. Tailored and personalized trainings for you. We can assess your training needs, any problems, questions that you might have. We can speak to TC secretaries, drafters, working groups, as you need. So this is my final slide, just who to contact and when, because sometimes we get questions that we can't really help you with. So generally, you've got 3 contact points within CCMC. You've got my colleagues in production, you've got the editors and the technical PM. So I've tried to be as clear as possible, but if you have any procedural matters, so translation, submission interface, timeframes, that kind of thing, you want to know where your text is, you need some help with the simple template and you don't have the name of an editor, contact production. Anything to do with your text itself, editorial matters, can you come to our drafting meeting to help us? You know, what does this mean with IR3? Contact the editor directly. And anything else to do with the technical content, so things that you guys are experts in, contact your technical PM. And that goes for harmonizing and changing deliverable types as well. So that is me done. That was very fast. I appreciate that. But there's not much time. Are there any questions?
Well, just have one.